eyes.
Good morning. Who's ready to start their day? I'm going to sing I Start My Day. And we're going to start our day with love. We're going to start our day with peace. We're going to start our day with joy. So that's how these verses go. You just kind of repeat. I start my day with love. When I start my day with love, that's what I get more of, is love. Now you. I start my day with love. When I start my day with love, that's what I get more of, is love. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. Love, 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 love. Peace. I start my day with peace. When I start my day with peace, I feel the sweet release of peace. I start my day with peace. When I start my day with peace, I feel that sweet release of peace. Peace, peace, peace. Peace, peace, peace. Peace, peace, peace. Peace, peace, peace. I start my day with joy. When I start my day with joy, everything I do is infused with joy. I start my day with joy. When I start my day with joy, everything I do is infused with joy. Joy, joy, joy. Joy, joy, joy. Joy, joy, joy. Joy, joy, joy. I start my day with love. I start my day with peace. I start my day with joy. I feel the sweet release when I start my day with love. I start my day with peace. I start my day with joy. I feel that sweet release. I start my day with love. I start my day with peace. I start my day with joy. I feel the sweet release.
Hello. Yeah.
Now try.
Yeah, so we're starting our day with joy. We're starting our week with joy, right? And if you're of the Jewish tradition, you're also starting pretty soon your year with joy, right? So joy is what we are, right? And we're here every Sunday to really celebrate each other in joy and love and peace and gratitude. And I welcome you, and let's start our service.
Good morning. If you will repeat after me. I open my heart to the universe, accepting love and peace.
I open my heart to the universe, accepting love and peace.
I open my heart to the universe, accepting love and joy.
I open my heart to the universe, accepting love and joy.
I open my heart to the universe, accepting love and complete health.
I open my heart to the universe, accepting love and complete health.
I open my heart to the universe, accepting love and abundance.
I open my heart to the universe, accepting love and abundance.
And so it is.
So it is.
Dear Prudence, won't you come out to play? Dear Prudence, greet the brand new day. The sun is up, the sky is blue, it's beautiful, and so are you, dear Prudence. Won't you come out to play? Dear Prudence, open up your eyes. Dear Prudence, yeah, greet the sunny skies. The wind is low, the birds will sing that you are part of everything, dear Prudence. Won't you open up your eyes? Look around, round, round. Look around, round, round. Dear Prudence, let me see you smile. Dear Prudence, like a little child. The clouds will be a daisy chain, so let me see you smile again, dear Prudence. Won't you let me see you smile?
Yeah, so before we move on in our service, I'd like to just do a brief invocation. So I'll ask you all to just close your eyes and settle into your seats. Bring your awareness into your heart. As we bring the words of that song into our own heart, knowing that peace abides deep within ourselves, knowing that we are that peace There is no separation. Pure love, pure joy. That is our being. That is our radiant self. It is the truth of who we are. And in this service today, we are fully in awareness of the knowingness of our truth, that we are spirit, we are the divine. And all expressions that come from the body, the words, the thoughts, the actions, they are but manifestations of that deep inner awareness that is the truth of our being. We express deep gratitude and appreciation for this knowing of our truth, this knowing of the presence of the divine within each other as well, and of all beings. And in that recognition, in that awareness, in that joy, in that perfect love and gratitude and radiance, please join me in saying thank you, and so it is. Okay. Now, I would like to introduce you to a very special guest, Sharon Pearl. Some of you may have been here at a service in the spring where she did a brief presentation for the Jewish holiday of Purim and its meaning. So she's here this morning to introduce us very briefly to the fall celebrations, really, starting with Rosh Hashanah, which I believe starts this week, right? So Sharon is, she's a spiritual director. So what she does is really help other people to connect with their inner divine. So that's her main purpose in life. And she's also a teacher and a lay leader in 2 different synagogues locally, one in Philadelphia and one in Marlton. And the best credential of all, she has been married for 51 years to our dear Norman over here. So I introduce you to Sharon Pearl. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. Okay, we're good. So thanks for having me today. And let me put this over here. I'll come a little forward in a minute, but. So it's a pleasure to be here and to share with you a teaching about Rosh Hashanah, one of the best known of the Jewish New Years. It's not the only one, but it is the best known. And it is one holiday in a season of holidays, starting with the month leading up to Rosh Hashanah called Elul. And during the month of Elul, Jews are asked to search our souls and to reflect upon the past year. What we have done to be our highest selves and where we have fallen short and missed the mark. What are we proud of and where have we erred and gone astray? The process intensifies as we get closer to Rosh Hashanah, culminating in Yom Kippur, 10 days later, when we reconcile our missteps in our relationships with others and in our relationships with the power that we call God. I'd like to share a teaching that is not very well known. Rosh Hashanah has very deep mystical significance, not only for Jews, but for all humanity. The great Kabbalist, Rabbi Isaac Luria, is considered the father of contemporary Kabbalah. He lived during the 16th century in the city of Sfat, which was then the Ottoman Empire of Syria, but is now in Israel. He teaches that every year the energy budget that sustains the cosmos for the full cycle of the year is allocated. The life-giving energy flows out from the infinite sourcing power to revitalize and to recharge the depleted God field that surrounds us, the aura that surrounds us. By the end of the year's cycle, the God field or the aura is exhausted and worn. The mystical tradition teaches Further, that the fraying of the God field is a natural consequence of the huge draw that sustaining existence demands. And yet, at the same time, we as humans have tremendous influence on it. We can hasten the energetic depletion of the energetic web through our negative karma and our misbehavior. Our violence, rage, cruelty, injustice, and destructive power surges through the God field, wreaking havoc and terrible damage. But on Rosh Hashanah, new energy descends into the God field, healing and repairing the tattered weave, opening the blocked channels and refreshing the flow. We can help recharge the energetic field, but how? How can we influence the flow of love and compassion, tempered with justice, to irrigate this very, very thirsty world? We bring our highest and best selves to serve. Our most authentic, genuine selves, often called our soul. Our soul is connection to the power that many of us call God. We seek to return to our most authentic and best selves. We return again, and we return again to the home of our soul. We return to who we are. We return to what we are. We return to where we are born and reborn again. As we grow and mature, we are reborn. And when we move into our highest selves, we are reborn and reborn again as we move higher and higher. So join me. In a melody. Return again, return again, return to the home of your soul. Return again, return again, return to the home of your soul. Return to what you are, return to where you are. Return to where you are born and reborn again. Return again, return again. Return to the home of your soul. Return to who you are. Return to what you are. Return to where you are born and reborn again. Return again. Return again, return to the home of your soul. Return to who you are. Return to what you are. Return to where you are, born and reborn again. Return again. Return again. Return to the home of your soul. Return to who you are. Return to what you are. Return to where you are, born and reborn again. Return again. Return again. Return to the home of your soul.
That was a beautiful, beautiful share. Thank you, Sharon. I have finally found a way to live. just like I never could before. And I know I have so much to give, and I can open every door. Everybody knows the secret. Everybody knows the source. I have finally found a way to live in the color of the Lord. I have finally found a place to live, just like I always could before. And I know I have so much to give, and soon I'll open every door. Everybody knows the secret. Everybody knows the source. I have finally found a place to live in the presence of the Lord. The presence of the Lord, the color of the Lord. So, media reigns around here. So, returning to the heart of the soul, right? You know, that's the truth of our being, and we know that. We know that we are spirit incarnate, as they say, right? We are these bodies walking around as personalities in the world, but the truth of our being is that we are the divine, right? It's within us, but it's everything. So it's within each one of you. As I look out on you, and those of you in the Zoom room as well, it's in everything in the universe, right? So that's the meaning of oneness. It's the meaning of no separation. And as Sharon was speaking this morning, there are two pieces of that I'd really like to talk about that really touched my heart. You know, and she and I had talked earlier about what she's going to talk about and sing about. And two pieces that impressed me at this moment are energy, because she talked about energy, right? And also intention. You know. So, you know, how do we bring something into form? How do we walk through the world and really remember that we are the divine, right? Because we know that, we know it in our minds. We don't always remember it when we're in situations, say in family groups or in work situations, in situations where we might be feeling some inner discord or conflict. So how do we resolve that? How do we bring ourselves to remember? And that's really what I want to talk about today. And it's really a combination
of energy and of intention. And, that's really what prayer is, right? It's also meditation. It's also any spiritual practice, right? But let's just talk about prayer for a minute. Energetically, we connect with the divine. And if we look at affirmative prayer, that's what we do in the first 2 steps. We learn that in foundations class. We recognize the one power, the one presence that is in the universe, right? We can call it God, we call it the divine, we call it spirit. Whatever we name it, there is the one presence. We recognize that. Then we remember, oh, that's the truth of my being. That's who I am, right? And then we're in oneness once we recognize that. And once we're in that place, we see it everywhere. We see it in every other person, every animal, every plant, in the whole universe, the multiverse. We see the divine. That's an energetic transmission. It really is, right? That's what prayer is. That's what meditation is, too. How does it actually come into form, right? There's an intention in our prayer, right? So that's the third piece of affirmative prayer. We call it the realization. It's really the manifestation of, that one being. And we state a desire. It might be for health. It might be for abundance. It might be for peace of mind. It might be for world peace, whatever it might be. That is our intention, right? So an intention is intentional. We are saying, I know this is happening right now. I see it. I believe it. It's coming into form. And then we complete our prayer with deep gratitude and release. We let it go because we're in total faith and trust that it's already done. So that's energy and that's intention. I was reading a book the other day, and it was talking about quantum physics. And it was really talking about the same thing. It was talking about energy and intention and how the universe is made up of energy, right? So there's a principle called the Heisenberg principle in quantum physics. And what it says is that, the universe is really made up of energy, and it's in the form of waves. And it's sort of like a sine wave, really. If you think about, if you took physics in high school or college, or even if you look at a monitor, a cardiac monitor, you see these waves going up and down, right? That's a vibration, really, or a representation of a vibration, an energetic vibration. And the Heisenberg principle states that if there's an observer and the observer looks at the vibration, there's an effect on that. All right, so we, as an observer, can actually influence outcomes, and that's what we're doing in our prayer, right? So anyway, to continue the Heisenberg principle, if I, as the observer, let's say I'm the scientist, and I'm looking at these waves through some kind of scientific device, and I put my attention on the wave collapses, and it goes into form. Right? And that's the observer effect. And it's a well-known effect in science, that the observer has influence on outcomes. And that's the principle that we use in prayer, right? So why am I talking about all of this? If we want to be in peace, right? If we want to be in love, where are we putting our intentions, right? How are we walking through the world? And what's really important to me, and we're working on this in our practitioner class this year, what's really important to me is, I can take foundations class, I can take spiritual practices, I can even teach all of these principles. But how do I live them? How do I walk through my life and I'm sitting at the dinner table and somebody in my family says something that really annoys me, and then somebody else says something, and all of a sudden we've got all of these hurt feelings. This happens, we're all familiar with this, or it might happen at work, or somebody might say something to us in the grocery store and we get annoyed, or we get stopped for a ticket, or whatever it is, We all have situations in our life that elicit emotions, right? How do I stay in presence? Right? How do I do that? Well, it's our energy and it's our intention. And for me, it's a couple of things. One is, as emotions come up, disturbing emotions, might be anxiety, might be annoyance or anger, or just feeling hurt or feeling victimized. You don't know what that feels like, right? Somebody's doing something to me and they're hurting me. I can recognize that. I can go within myself and I can feel within my body that there's an energy flowing, right? And if I'm paying attention to that, I am living that experience. And if I keep paying attention to it, if I spend my day thinking about how annoyed I am about something that happened early in the morning, I'm putting that out in the universe and it's manifesting. So I might spend an entire day in annoyance with other people because that's what's coming back to me. I'm sending out that energy. I've got an intention of annoyance. I might not intend it intentionally, but I'm carrying the energy of it, right? So I go into the grocery store after having dinner with my family, and I'm in a grumpy mood, and the cashier is in a grumpy mood, and we just have an interaction that isn't maybe not so pleasant. Well, it happens to all of us. So how can we overcome that and really live in presence? Right? How can we sit at the dinner table and be at peace even though other members of our family are not at peace? How can we do that? That's where intention comes in. Right. So what I want to talk about now is spiritual intention, because that's what I think about. So, I have a spiritual intention that really guides my life. And we can have intentions that are daily intentions, and we can also have intentions that are, they're just global in my life. So for a long, long time, I had a spiritual intention for years to know the truth of who I am. All right, who am I? That's a very powerful spiritual question. Who am I? Do we really know who we are? Right? Do you know that you're Sharon? Right? She knows who she is. I know she knows who she is. But do all of you know who you really are? I know that you do, because most of you who've taken foundations classes and you spend a lot of time really thinking about spiritual principles. So most of you do, I would say probably all of you know who you are, but we forget, right? And those family members who are maybe grumpy more than we are might be less aware of it than us. But everyone knows the truth of who they are because we come into the world as little babies without all these preconceived emotions and thoughts and beliefs, right? And we accumulate them as we grow up. We learn them from our family, and we go to kindergarten and we start taking on ideas, right? And we start reacting to our emotions that come from our thoughts and our beliefs. So the first thing for me is really pay attention to what's happening in my thoughts and in my emotions. And when I feel something uncomfortable, and I feel it in my body, my stomach might crunch up, or maybe I feel energy moving through my arms or whatever, or maybe my left toe hurts. We all can pay attention to what's happening in our body. And for me, the key is to stop and pay attention to it, right? What's happening? Why am I feeling uncomfortable at this moment? Why am I feeling annoyance or anger? And that's all we really need to do. We can examine it, we can go home and journal about it, we can do whatever we want, but really all we need to do is see it and let it move through us. And it moves away. And once it moves away, we are more open to spirit. We are more open to remembering the truth of who we are, right? So when we set a spiritual intention, I spent years studying and journaling and contemplating to the point where I felt I really did know my truth. It sounds kind of silly doing that, but that's what I did. We don't have to do that. We can know it instantaneously, but that's, for me, I guess I'm a very academically minded kind of person, so that's what I did, and I spent a lot of time reading and studying and journaling. And I reached a point where my spiritual aspiration evolved from knowing the truth of who I am to living the truth of who I am. Okay? That's more challenging, right? Because that's when I can sit at the dinner table with all of my family members, and somebody might be annoyed at something I said, and I might be feeling this twinge in my stomach, and it might be a sister, so we have a history going way back, right? So there's this pattern there, right? And I can still sit in presence and know that I am spirit, I am divine, and so is she. And so is every one of my family members at this table. So I can be in harmony within, I can be in equanimity. And peace flows. And you know what? The situation dissipates unless somebody keeps trying to aggravate it, but we don't have to participate. We do not, right? We can choose to, or sometimes, there's just a trigger. And we all have that. I certainly have them. And that's where we really can get stuck. But if we pay attention enough times, and over the months and even the years, we can override those triggers. We can still feel them inside, and we can notice them, and then we can allow them to move out. Okay, I was triggered by something this week, something really deep that happened in my childhood, actually. And I sort of had a little internal meltdown. But I knew what it was immediately. I knew what it was. And I didn't have to do a thing. All I needed to do was recognize it, and it passed. And then I was at peace. All right, so we can all do that. All right, so in terms of walking through our lives and being in peace and joy and harmony and love, we can all do that in our energy and in our intentions. And if we set a spiritual intention for ourselves, and I invite any of you, if you've never done that, you can talk to me and I will just tell you how I did it. It's very easy, and we can remind ourselves, right? And it really can be the overriding presence in our life. And of course, I'm still working on it. I'm not perfect. But I've worked on it so much that I live it more and more, and I get better and better at it. And that's what's really important, that I react less out of my human emotions, of maybe of fear or of anxiety or whatever it is. They still come up, but I don't react to them as much. And I live more and more in the knowing that everything is perfect. I'm the divine. You are the divine. Everyone in the universe is perfect. If we all behaved that way, we would have peace. Think about it. We would have peace. And that's what Sharon was talking about, right? She mentioned Rabbi Luria talking about, the energy moving out through the universe. And that is really, if every being on this planet could live in equanimity, in peace and harmony, there would be no conflict, right? So I leave you with those words. Just spend time going within and knowing thyself, and knowing the truth of who you are, and then living it. Thank you.
Thank you, Reverend Christina. We're going to sing a song called Sacred Love. And you can sing it along with me. We're going to sing You Are Sacred Love, You Are Blessed Peace, and You Are Deepest Joy, in that order.
You are sacred love is all that you are. Sing that with me. You are sacred love is all that you are. Again, you are sacred love sing You Are Blessed Peace. You are blessed peace. Blessed peace is all that you are. You are blessed peace. Blessed peace is all that you are. Show the way. Show the way, God. Show the way. I want to live in such a state of grace. Lead the way, God. Lead the way. I want to live in such a holy place. Such a holy place. You are deepest joy. You are deepest joy. Deepest joy is all that you are. You are deepest joy. Deepest joy is all that you are. Show the way. Show the way, God. Show the way. I want to live in such a state of grace. Lead the way, God. Lead the way. I want to live in such a holy place. Such a holy place. Back to sacred love. You are sacred love. Sacred love is all that you are. You are sacred love. Sacred love is all that you are.
Beautiful, Ginger. Thank you. So I want you to close your eyes and take in this prayer. Know the truth of it. Knowing that God is the source of all good. The infinite divine is that source, that energy, that peace, that abundance that is ours. We are one with it. Knowing that that source is the giver of all good. Knowing that we are one with all of that, all of the peace, all of the prosperity, all of the love. It is ours by divine right. And we bask in it. We open ourselves to that prosperity, that love, that peace. Knowing that prosperity is ours by divine right. That we open up to it. We set the intention of prosperity. And it flows to us easily and effortlessly from many different venues. It is the divine giving this. Give us this day our daily bread. It is ours in abundance. And we give thanks for this abundance, this prosperity that is ours. We give thanks knowing that it is ours, that God is giving it to us before we even ask. Because God is the giver. And we receive and we give. It is a cycle. As we give, we do receive. As we receive, we do give. In abundance. And I release this word into the action of the law, knowing that God always says yes. And in this perfection, in this prosperity, we give to this beautiful entity which we call the Center for Conscious Living, to sustain us, to advance us, so that we can be here every Sunday and soak up the joy and the peace. We get to be together. We get to commune and love each other and be loved and remember the magnificence of who we are. So we give and we receive and we give and we receive. And so it is. got a prayer that is in your bulletin. So I think we're going to do it in Spanish also. Nice, nice.
Gracias, Dios mío, por esta abundancia que es mía para compartirla. Yo bendigo este regalo y te lo entrego a ti en gratitud y júbilo, sabedora de que el modo que yo doy, recibo.
Thank you, God, for this abundance that is mine to share. I bless this gift and give it to thee in gratitude and joy, knowing that as I give, I do receive.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
Thank you, God, for this abundance. Thank you for this love. Thank you for this beautiful congregation that is so giving, so loving to support this beautiful organization of CCL. We give thanks. As Meister Eckhart says, if my only prayer in one lifetime is thank you, it is enough. And so it is. So I say this every Sunday, and I mean it every Sunday. But this is truly my favorite part of the service, because it is a blessing. It's a blessing for all of us. If there's anybody here for the first time, if you would venture to stand and let us offer you this prayer. Oh, nice. So you get the pleasure of just soaking up this prayer. All right? There's nothing you have to do. You just soak this up because it's a wonderful prayer and it's just for you. All right? So if everyone else will repeat after me, welcome to the Center for Conscious Living. We are a heart-centered spiritual community. We open ourselves to you in love. We recognize the perfection of God within you. We celebrate the joyous being that you are. You are a radiant point of light. We are blessed by your presence. Welcome home.
Okay, so just a few announcements. First, announcement of gratitude. Thank you for everyone here who has made this service this morning so beautiful and so loving. Starting with Reverend Paul, my ministerial partner here. Thank you, Reverend Paul. And Reverend Ken on Zoom, and Reverend Catherine, I believe, is there as well. our senior minister, and Ginger, of course. Thank you, Ginger. Always bringing us into our awareness with her musical inspiration. And our special guest today, Sharon Pearl. Thank you, Sharon, for joining us. Yeah. And everyone who set this beautiful sacred space this morning. So Jane and Bob did all the setup in the back, and Jane really has her eye on all of the volunteers and making sure that everything is in order. So deep measure of gratitude to Jane and Paul and Bob, excuse me. And the beautiful altar, Jody. We're definitely in fall now because we know Halloween is around the corner, but thank you, Jody. It's really beautiful. And our refreshment team, I believe I saw... Who? Paula. Yeah, I don't... There's some confusion, but I saw Katura walking in with something, and I believe that Jody ran out and bought a few things, and I don't know who else is on the team. I see Arlen in the back there, so it seems to have been a team effort this morning, so we can be grateful for nourishment of our bodies as well as our spirits. And then there's our media team. Keith is on camera. You saw him moving around, but thank you, Keith. And of course, John Fulmer and Marty Levin. Reverend Ken is also on our media team on the Zoom end of things. And Wayne, of course, is always in the background with his technical expertise. And did I miss anybody? Okay. Ushers. Fergie and Katura. I knew I was missing somebody. Thank you. Collecting our blessings. Sacred job. And speaking of Fergie and what's coming up next week, we are celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month. So we're going to have a special presentation here, and two of our practitioners in training will be working with me in the service. So Melissa Romero and Jason Ramirez will be conducting parts of the service. So I invite you to join us here live or on Zoom for that very special presentation. And I just want to make sure I don't forget anything here. I have the announcements. Yes, okay. We didn't print them out this morning. We've got some technical changes going on, and you're looking at two not very technical people standing up here, so between the two of us, we don't have printed announcements. But so yes, Mini Mondays are starting up again soon. So we sort of had a break over the summer, but starting October 7th, Monday night, Reverend Ken will be offering Introduction to A Course in Miracles. And for those of you who were here last week and heard his talk on I Am Not the Body, which was so inspirational and actually meshed so well with today's service about the truth of who we really are and the truth of who we are not, come and see Reverend Ken on Monday, the 7th of October. It's a Zoom-only presentation, and the link will be in your newsletter this week. And speaking of A Course in Miracles, many of you know John Mundy. John Mundy is a Course in Miracles teacher. He's well known. Speaking of technical challenges, he's well known around the world, internationally. And he will be visiting CCL on October 27th. And he generally comes here at least once a year, so he's been here once already, gracing us with his presence. And he'll be doing the talk. And he has a great sense of humor, so he's always very lively and engaging. And then after service, we'll be doing a 2-hour workshop. So we invite you to come to that as well. It will be at the River House, which is the site of the conference, a beautiful venue right on the Delaware River in Palmyra. So the details of that are in your newsletter. And what else? Just a couple of things to remind her about daily prayer with Reverend Catherine and also with myself, Tuesday through Friday. It's a 1 o'clock, a 1 hour time frame from noon until 1 o'clock, and you're welcome to drop in if there's something on your mind that you're seeking prayer or setting an intention and want to do that with a spiritual practitioner or minister. That's the place to do it. Again, link is in your newsletter. Or if you're on Zoom, it's in your chat. What else? Yes, just a reminder that if you're interested in connecting with CCL through social media, through YouTube, easy access to our website, there's a master CCL link that Wayne has created, and all you need to do is go into your newsletter, hit that link. It'll take you to any of those places, our Instagram page, wherever you want to go. And I think that is it. Yes. Is there anything else we need to announce? Okay, we're good. Let's circle up.
Thank you. Can we close the circle? We gotta close the circle. Close the circle. The circle is now closed. Oh, we got one more. Make room for this beautiful soul. Here she comes. All right. Ready? And the peace song. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that is meant to be. With God as our power, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
So staying in that peace, giving thanks for this beautiful service, giving thanks for Reverend Christina being the voice of the divine, giving thanks for the opportunity to get together, to commune, to love, to support each other, giving thanks for this beautiful organization, CCL, giving thanks for these congregants who come here every Sunday and share their bliss, share their consciousness, share their love, that we get to be in the grace of each other, that we get to be loved up once a week. Giving thanks for all of the good that flows through here, giving thanks for this service, guiding us, loving us, supporting us through this week until we meet again next week. Thank you, God. And so it is.
So it is. Okay, time to affirm. Something wonderful is happening to me right now.
Something wonderful is happening to you right now.
What is it?
It is this thing called life.
Life is
In my body.
life is in my mind. Life is in my feelings. Life is in all of my activities.
Life is in all my activities.
I receive it.
I receive it.
I share it.
I share it.
I am it.
I am it.
And I accept it just the way that it is. Thank you, life.
Thank you, life.
And in accepting all of these gifts, we say yes. Thank you. Thank you. You're near.
Thank you all for joining us for our service today.
Good morning, all you beautiful Zoomers.
Gonna have
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, just give us 1 minute and we'll take care of that background noise.
I think so. Check with June. She's
Bye, everyone.
Bye, Bobby. Have a wonderful day.
you have a wonderful day as well. You know, it's nice to have the Zoom community. In addition to the service, gives us a chance to meet and greet face to face. And I always appreciate the opportunity to have you share with us what service could have meant to you, what it meant to you. Thank you for being here with us.
Thank you, Reverend Ken.
Yeah, thank you.
So you know, from me, it's exciting to hear what she has to say, particularly this Sunday, because it really did dovetail my talk last time. And at this point, I know it's probably a little hard to hear.
turn off.
Yes, thank
Yeah,
you.
I unplugged something. I unplugged HDMI so they can, but we gotta leave that up so we can. Right. So we have to turn the audio.
Oh, no,
Hey, Reverend.
that's better.
Okay, that's better.
There we go.
Speaker, at least that's what he said.
There we go.
All right, there it goes. All right.
You're leaving us, Darlene? Okay, have a wonderful week.
Thank you so much. I really enjoyed the service. It was touching on stuff that I'm reading about right now, so it was right on key. Thank you. Have a great week, everyone.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Too.
I'll see you next week.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye now.
I'm hoping that our week is full of recognizing love in everything. And go ahead.
So David, our musician has the same last name as you. Is there any coincidence there? Dave? You're muted.
We can't hear you.
Dave, we can't hear you, but we can see you're out in nature. It looks great.
Interesting. You're still muted. We can't hear you.
All right. So I think Dave is probably trying to figure out how to unmute. Lauren?
Hello, how are you?
Hello, good.
Hi, Lauren.
Hi, Connie. I see your babies behind you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Those are the big ones. So the little ones are in the other room.
Yes, I know. Is it not a Zoom if you don't have a kitten though? There's
I know,
gotta be
right?
one nearby.
Well,
I know.
I
It
have them,
seems to be a Zoom tradition.
right?
they add to the piece.
Kathy, thank you for joining us this morning.
Yeah.
So, so I always appreciate you staying behind and chatting with us. And Dave, we still can't hear you because you're still muted. But I am glad you joined us. And if you have any thoughts or comments about CCL or what we do here, if you're not as familiar with us, let us know. Drop us an email. We're still working on our technology. It's all very new to us. So please, I apologize for the kind of dizzying videos that you might be exposed to, but it's all done in love. Oh,
Yeah, I just
Oh,
wanted for Ken, Reverend Ken, I wanted you to see what everybody was talking about. I
yeah.
foster kittens.
Oh,
Yes, you
So
do.
very often they're you know, coming on board, but they were in the other room because they can be very disruptive running across the
Yeah.
keyboard.
No.
So I
oh,
just wanted to
sweet.
you know, bring you in on that discussion a little bit, you guys. So
oh,
Trust me,
sweet.
I know.
I always like an animal moment.
Yeah.
I noticed
Oh,
I noticed you have the bosses behind you pretending not to pay us any attention.
that's actually just a photo. I have a screen background, so but they're
okay.
close by.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that photo is so realistic. Wow.
It is, isn't it? It's good. That's why I like it.
Zoom has gotten better. What can we say?
Yeah, it has.
the little peanut. So cute. Oh, the baby.
I really enjoyed Sharon's teaching moment today too. I know that
That was
was
very nice.
Yeah, beautiful. Absolutely
Very nice.
beautiful. I love when we bring in um different folks to share their spiritual backgrounds and journeys and learn about different traditions and whatnot. I think it's just such a great part of who we are and what we offer. I just love it. I
I do.
want to make sure
I
we
do
keep
too.
up with that.
I think that's kind of a CCL tradition, and you know we honor the whole mountain, no
Mm-hmm.
matter what the territory looks like on the mountain, because we know there's only one summit.
Yes.
Wherever you are, whatever map you're using to get there, we all join at that one summit. That's kind of a CCL tradition.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So I'd um love to always learn and see. And
Yes.
today's, you know, I grew up in Judaism, so today was extra special to be able to hear about that and bring it back home, so to speak.
Yes.
So yeah, this is great.
I've
Well,
always enjoyed that about CCL. That's one of the things that has kept me there. It's been such a great experience whether we've had the monks from Tibet or
yes.
whoever we've had, it's been great. And
Yeah.
I love learning also.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you guys for holding down the Zoom fort here.
Yes, thank you.
I'm gonna hop off and get on with the rest of my Sunday here. But it's always a pleasure, and I'm so
Always.
glad that we have this Zoom community.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
me too.
We are
yeah.
too.
We can talk about them behind their backs, you see.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, once they unplug everything. But yeah, thank you so much. Everybody have a wonderful week.
Before you go, I just wanted to say, Ginger Sound, or the quality of the music was really good today, and really, I mean, we are really we are really kicking up our game here. So I really appreciate it. I don't do anything except listen, and it's been really, it was very, very good today, the sound quality.
That's the
Wonderful.
agenda.
Thank you.
That's the
And
agenda.
Ken was a techie that most of his life.
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah.
so he really tried to contribute also. And so
Yeah.
I'm glad you noticed.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
But
It's a big deal.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, because Marty and John and everybody takes a village almost to take care of all the technical aspects.
And to get the service to us, it's so many moving parts that have to start moving before the service.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right.
Wonderful.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank
Well,
you.
thank you. Take care. Bye.
Bye now. Kathy, I don't know if you can hear me, but thank you for joining us and have a blessed week. Bye-bye now.